इस चैप्टर में कुछ ही कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं, लेकिन वो कॉन्सेप्ट्स आपकी लॉजिकल रीजनिंग एंड विजुअलाइजेशन एबिलिटीज टेस्ट कर रहे होते हैं. सो बिफोर वी मूव ऑन, let's go through all the concepts that we have learnt up till now, and then we'll come to our subtopic called combinations. So the chapter begins on a very easy note. We began with the counting principle and understood factorial in mathematics. That led us to the introduction of an easy technique of arranging objects. Permutation, using the following formulae. First, we discussed the number of permutations of n objects with no repetition, such as arranging A, B, C in 3 factorial ways. Then we did permutations where repetitions were allowed. Such as in the log above, there are 10 numbers to choose from, 0 to 9, and we choose 3 of them as this. Then we saw some examples of the number of permutations of R objects from N objects, where no repetition was allowed. So selecting 3 numbers out of 10 would be 10 into 9 into 8. Then we dealt with the number of permutations of n objects in which some objects are alike, such as Mississippi, by dividing factorials of the number of the same objects. Finally, we understood that circular arrangements have one less number of factorial due to the fact that there is no start or end point, as we saw in the table example. Now, let's look at these two images. क्या इसमें कोई difference नज़र आ रहा है आपको? ज़रा सोचें. You're right. This is an ordered list and this is an unordered group or set. So now we're being introduced to the concept of whether order matters or not. Let's learn this concept by the means of an example. So again, I'm going to give you 2 scenarios. Let's say I have 3 letters A, B and C. How many double-digit words can I make out of them? So we can see the word AB is different from the word BA, right? So what we can see here is that order of the digits matter when we're arranging them. Now assume I have 3 players और 3 players हैं A, B and C और मुझे डबल टीम्स बनानी है. तो कितने तरीके हैं मेरे पास डबल टीम्स बनाने के? AB, AC एंड BC. अब अगर मैं प्लेयर A और B को चूज़ करूं या पहले A को चूज़ करूं और फिर B को चूज़ करूं या पहले B को चूज़ करूं और फिर A को चूज़ करूं, वो टीम तो प्लेयर्स A और B की ही बनती है, राइट? किसी तरह भी देखें तो इसका क्या मतलब हुआ कि हमारे पास सिर्फ 3 तरीके हैं ऑफ मेकिंग डबल टीम्स. क्या हैं? AB, AC एंड BC. So in the first situation where the order mattered, we were arranging objects. In the second situation where the order did not matter, what were we doing? We were selecting players, right? So पहली वाले scenario को क्या हम कहते हैं? Permutation, which is arrangement of objects. Second situation को हम क्या नाम देंगे? हम उसको कॉल करेंगे combinations. So इसको और अच्छे से समझते हैं आगे जाके, लेकिन उससे पहले क्या आपने कुछ नोटिस किया? So the permutation of 3 objects is more than the combination of 3 objects. Why is that? Let's understand. So there are 6 ways of arranging 3 different colors. We now know that yellow-red is the same as red-yellow, red-blue is the same as blue-red, and blue-yellow is the same as yellow-blue, right? So how many combinations do we have? 3 out of 6 colors. So now we're left with 3 possibilities. We can also say that we can divide 6 permutations by 2 because we have repetition in each case, repetition of 2. So this leads us to an interesting find. क्या आपको पता चला? चले देखते हैं. In the previous example, what did we do? We divided the total number of permutations by the repetitions, or we can say the selected number of objects, right? In this case, it was 6 divided by 2. तो क्या हम अब इसको generalize कर सकते हैं? And can we say that we have to divide n number of permutations by r number of selected objects? So to generalize, we can say that the combination of n objects is the permutation of r selected objects out of total n permutations divided by its repetitions. So it can also be said that arranging R objects from n is the same as choosing R objects and then arranging them. which means this. This is selection and this is arrangement. So the formula of combination is the formula of permutation divided by r factorial, or rearranged as this.